Hello, everyone. This is Pops. I just played that just to play with people. I had to put that puffer fish on. I think it's crazy. He's eating a carrot and they chop his head off. It's crazy. All right. So, what we're going to do tonight, we're going to talk about basically the awakening. It's happening, the awakening. It is definitely happening. We're going to talk about that tonight. And before we get to that, I'm going to get into a little bit about the petrodollar. This is why we're going to war. We're going to punish Iran, or we're going to try to punish them because they don't want to use the petrodollar. That's what they did to Gaddafi. You know, they punished him when he wanted to use his own money with gold back instead of the petrodollar. Most of these wars are all caused over petrodollars. Okay, so you got Libya there with Gaddafi. They punished him. Saddam Hussein, they never found any weapons of mass destruction. He didn't want to use the petrodollar no more. He was trying to go back his money, so they punished him. Venezuela, same thing. Prior to this dictator taking over, which was a coup, I've been to Venezuela when it was a nice place, okay, when it was a free country. It was a metropolis, just like New York. I mean, I was there back in the day before Chavez and all of that. And Venezuela was just like a, flourishing country. They got all the oil. So they were punished because of the petro. Ukraine was punished. Okay, that's why they did a coup over there, because Ukraine didn't want to cooperate the government that was in place at one point, and they punished them. So now, these are my beliefs. I've done my homework on it. Iran is going to be next. Okay, so this whole drone strike, I've been watching shows, and guys are saying behind every start of a war, there's always a false flag. I don't know what happened. They say a couple of soldiers from Georgia got killed. They won't show you anything in the base. They won't show you the missile that hit. They're saying it was a drone strike, but they're claiming, other people are claiming it was a missile, but a crater in the base. So Iran's going to be punished, by the power of the U.S. military, who basically is controlled by whoever's controlling the petrodollars, whatever banks, whatever corruption, whatever evil is going. Now, Saudi Arabia is trying to get away from the petrodollar. If they do that, they're going to get punished too. I mean, this petrodollar is super important to these people, to these bankers. Once that goes under, the whole dollar is going to go under. It is inevitable that the dollar will fall, because a lot of these countries, they're all merging together. You can't go to war with everybody, right? So the petrodollar is on its way out. They're trying to hold on to it. They're desperate. They'll start wars. These people are psychopaths that are in control. They don't care about human life. They only care about their power and control and their money, okay? And the main thing is the petrodollar is why they've been having control for all this time. So they're prepping us for war. You can see it on the mainstream media. They're pumping it into your head. Get ready. We're going to war with Iran. It's not going to be nice, I can tell you that. We only got enough munitions to go to war for about 3 weeks. Then we're running out. We're going to have to start making this stuff. See, the problem in America is we make a bomb for $20,000. And Russia makes the same bomb for $800 because they don't have a company in Russia raping the people, charging them 20 times more for that bomb, okay? And if you haven't noticed, Russia, what they do, even with their engineers, see, in America, an engineer invents something, okay, like some type of special weapon or bomb, and then Raytheon and all these groups, these warmongers get it, they patent it 20 different ways and then sell it for, $1 billion instead of $10,000. This is what's going down, okay? In Russia, they don't do that. What they do in Russia is they reward the engineer and they name it after the person, like the bomb or the weapon or the gun or the ship that he invented. So there's no patenting stuff to help their country. They want to help Mother Russia. You understand? They're a nationalist country. We think we are, and they make us believe that, but we're not. The people are. Most people in America love America, right? It's just that these demons that are in control right now, all they care about is the petrodollar. So we're being distracted a lot, okay? We're not putting our eye on the target. What do you think we're going to war with Iran for? For no reason? For a drone strike? Really? No. We're going to war with Iran because of the petrodollar. All right? That's why they sent them plane loads of money to keep them still using the petrodollar. They were getting bribed at one point. All right? So that's the way that's going down. Prepare for war. I don't know if they want to put fear into us. The worst thing they could do is go to war with Iran. They're better off just undermining them like we're being undermined in America, undermine their government. And, because if they go to war with Iran, then the whole population is going to jump on their side of, Iranians right now. They're at like a point where they're ready to do civil war in their country. So it'd be stupid for us to unite them and go to war with them. But you don't know. These people are psychopaths that control the money and they don't care. So now I'm going to talk about the awakening, kind of what's going on. You got to understand that these, whatever you want to call them, globalists, I'm slurring tonight. These globalists, elites, deep state, whatever you want to call them, these demons that are controlling stuff. Their biggest thing was the military invented the internet and they thought it was going to help control us, but it actually backfired, okay? Because mainstream media news, they control it with the utmost of everything, okay? But the independent media is the big threat to them. The guys, just simple guys like me even. Like I'm here right now, 10 people are watching my show and they talk to 10 people. So we're the threat. Globalists now are at the point that they're guarding their agenda so crazy, it's like insanity. They're going after small independent media. I mean, the scale of money that they're spending to keep control and make people believe that everything is, disinformation. I mean, if you don't watch the news, you're uninformed. If you watch, this is mainstream news, right? So if you don't watch mainstream news, you're uninformed, they're saying. And if you watch mainstream news, you're misinformed. So it don't matter. They're not telling you the truth. The truth's what matters. The media is told now it doesn't matter if it's the truth. Just be the first one. Break the story and sell it. They're like used car salesmen. I mean, that's how I put them. They don't care. Like these journalists now are just like used car salesmen. They just sell the story. And you know what? At the end, they're costing life of many people and liberty of the country. So they're going to one day be accountable for what they're doing, a lot of these journalists, because it's ridiculous that they're just doing whatever they got to do to keep a job. Independent media is basically the alternative. I mean, look at what's going on, like Putin. Putin wanted Ukraine not to join NATO. He kept warning everybody. They didn't listen. He wanted a buffer between his country. They had biolabs over there, supposedly, in Ukraine. There was all kinds of shit going on over there. Child trafficking, evil country, right? It was an evil takeover. The people ain't evil. It's just the government, like here. So you're not hearing Putin's side of the story over here in mainstream media. I mean, only from alternative media. All you're hearing is, Putin's the boogeyman. So mainstream media, they're determined to destroy anyone who is a threat. They will do anything. They'll close your bank accounts. They'll come after you. They'll make shit up about you. You slept with women. You raped women. I mean, they do all kinds of shit. So they don't care. They want to keep their power and their control. And by any means necessary, the deep state will do it. But as more people see through these conspiracies, and I don't say conspiracy theories, they see through the conspiracies are true, it's scaring the shit out of the deep state and all these evil people in control. So what is their next card? Like, what are they going to do? Because as more people take their control back and their freedom back, these globalist corporations go after everything. I mean, they're going after our religion. They're going after nature, telling us we're polluting the world with carbon, and we shouldn't eat meat because of carbon. And then they're attacking our religious beliefs, telling us they basically don't want us to believe in God because, see, God is in their way. They tried this many years ago to take the planet over. But the problem they had was there were a lot of Christian people in America that basically put God first, government second. They want you to put the government first. Okay? I mean, they're even like basically taking land. I mean, there is so much land in America that each person could own 6 acres. That's how much land there is in America. And we got 300-something million people, right? But they're buying up all the land. Every year, there's less and less public land available to the people. These oligarch animals, demons, are buying up all the land. So, you know, people are getting sick of too. I think the main thing, people are getting sick and tired of being treated like a child. If you notice the way they're treating us like we're little children, and they got to spank us, and they got to discipline us, and they got to tell us what we could do, what we can't, what we could say, what we can't say. I mean, the government right now is regulating everything. The media, when they want the media to do what they want, they have no choice because they regulate the media. See, they have like the regulations, right? So if the media don't cooperate, they shut them down. They have to obey their master, okay, which is deep state, whatever you want to call these people. I mean, the government now, they're not here to serve us. We all know that, but to control and rule us. This is their plan. They're introducing so many different things under the radar. You don't see it. It's going on in the Senate. They got censorship bills they want to pass with certain things you can't say on the internet. Okay? They're militarizing the police little by little. I mean, some of these police departments look like they are the military. All right? They're introducing laws to stop us from protesting. Okay? I mean, you got to understand that if they can silence famous people, then a regular person like me or you, we ain't got no chance, right? I mean, they could silence them. They're going to silence us. What chance do you got? I mean, I'm a fighter, so I'll never give in. But this is what's going on. They will just do whatever they do by any means necessary. This is an evil plan. This isn't even a human plan. Okay? There can't be that many people in our government that basically hate us. I mean, they hate people. They hate nature. They hate the truth. This has to be something else beside bad people. There's something behind the picture. Okay? This is too totalitarian. You know, what do you say? Totalitarian, whatever you want to call it. Too much. This tyranny is beyond even our imagination. And it's getting worse. Right now, some people ain't feeling it yet, but it's getting worse. So they keep doing the same thing over and over. The playbook never changes. They want to sell you fear. Okay, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to sell you fear, whether it be a war, pandemic, aliens coming. They're trying to sell fear. They don't know which route they're going to go into, but it looks like it's going to be the war route. Okay, I didn't think they were thinking about the alien thing, but nobody was buying into it, so they kind of left that for the back channel. So what they're doing now is they keep selling you fear, fear, fear. So, and then they want to come in and make believe they care and give us security. So we'll give up freedoms, because that's what happens. People are willing to give up freedoms for security and peace and for convenience. You know, they start cutting all the supply lines, and you go to the store very hard to get food and things that you need. Whatever it may be, a phone, where and things start getting real hard. That's all conveniences. They're cutting that shit out. And then they want to come in with the solution. All right. So get ready. They're prepping us. I believe we're being prepped for war. We're being kept in a constant state of anxiety. Every single day, there's something else going on. Whether it's they want to go after your kids, you know, chop it off, or this school did this, or these people, this grandma got arrested, or we're going to war, or the food is, you know, the inflation, or the food plants have, we had to kill 20 million chickens now. There's a disease, mad cow disease, maybe they'll come out with, who knows? Okay, the reason why they want to just pump all this anxiety into you every day is to induce compliance. They want us to comply. When I say they, I mean the people running the show, whoever you want to call them. I call them demons, because most of them probably are satanic demon cult worshipers. All right, these three-letter organizations too, you know, deep state, whatever you want to call it. It's all totalitarian, everything. They just want to take total control of your life. And they're not doing it like, you know, like they're not doing it like those guys, Hitler, you know, Stalin, like with the mustache guys, you know, they're not coming banging on desk and locking people up now. Now they're doing it elegantly, all right? They're just on TV speaking lie after lie, weaponizing the government, weaponizing all their agencies against us. And they can, you know, they're doing it like politely, like, fuck you, you're going to obey. But we're going to do it nice. We're going to kiss you before we do it. You understand? There's a big difference now than, you know, back in, let's say, Russia when Stalin took over the country. He just starved everybody. Okay? I believe there's going to be an awakening. I believe God, if you notice right now in the news, a lot of shit is coming out. You know, Epstein file list, this, that. Nobody yet's going to jail, but a lot of stuff is coming out. A lot of stuff. I think this is, the Almighty God said in the Bible, there's a quote somewhere, and he says, the truth will be, I will reveal the truth to you. The truth must be revealed. So he's going to reveal the truth to us. I think they're doing it now. I think we're starting to see a swing in the pendulum. People are starting to wake up. People are starting to see what's going on right now. I see that. I see there's more and more people waking up, seeing through the matrix. Because people just know something strange is happening. And they're opening up their eyes. I mean, think about this. All the farmers all over the world, okay? They're farmers. Do you think they really woke up and said, we're not going to farm no more. We're just going to become racist? Because that's what they're calling these farmers now. They're calling them racist because they care about their farms. Well, they're racist. They don't, you know, the CO2 and all this carbon shit. Okay? I mean, I don't know. All of a sudden, the farmers wake up and become racist? No, they're fighting for their living. That's what they're fighting for. Thank God for the farmers. At least some people are standing up to this. I mean, this is an extraordinary agenda. And it doesn't appear to be human to me. There's something else pushing these levers. I mean, there's up to a point I could understand greed and bad people. I mean, it was always like that. But this is beyond normal. This is way past. Nobody goes to bed at night and sleeps good. That's part of this whole program. I mean, there's something dark pushing this stuff. I mean, this is like a uniparty in our government. I mean, there's a couple of politicians, if you're lucky, that are really not on board because most of them have been threatened anyway, I believe. I don't even care about bribes. They've been threatened and told they have to obey and do what they say or else they'll disappear. I mean, even the military has been compromised. Because if the military wasn't being compromised, then how is it that they're letting them get away with this? You know, it doesn't make any sense. Think about it. Doesn't make any sense what's going on. So thank God that things are being revealed. People are waking up. People are starting to see through the lies, realizing that, hey, you know that crazy guy like Alex Jones? That guy was right. By the way, Alex Jones' show, for 2 days, they shut it down. It came back on today. I just don't even really watch too much of it. I just look at a couple of headlines. But I enjoy some of the shit he comes out with, right? Some of the stuff's true, and they shut him down again. They don't want him talking. They're trying to silence Alex Jones. They're doing something with his IP address. You know, people today, you're either going to do one or two things. You're either going to wake up and stand on the side of righteousness and start to fight back whatever way we can by just talking the truth to other people, okay? Because that's basically what you need to do. You need to wake up other people, or you're going to go stand on the other side, you know, and you're going to think that everything's going to go back to the way it was. But it's not. There's no savior coming. Okay, you think Donald Trump's going to come and save the whole United States? Come on. Is that what we're waiting for? We're going to wait for Donald Trump? Because that seems like what a lot of people are doing right now. And I get it up to a point, and they're saying, well, if he don't get in, then we're going to start doing stuff. Well, it may be too late by then because they're already digging in. We're being fed a diet of lies. It's crazy. The middle class people in the middle of the country, especially, sent their children to war to protect this country, okay, and defend this country. And now they're being called national terrorists. What the hell is going on? Now, the state of Texas, I don't know if you've been paying attention. I've been paying attention, and there's a lot of people talking about Texas wants to break away and become its own republic. And they're even making that movie, Civil War. And they put California in there. I don't know why. But in the movie Civil War, they got California and Texas like fighting the government's tyranny. And they're trying to make the government the good guy. And Texas is wrong because they want to break away. I mean, they want us demoralized. They want us dependent on them. You understand? They want to take our spirit away. That's what they want. They want us to basically obey. That's the bottom line. And they're doing their best to control us, but everything's falling apart for them. Their petrodollar's falling apart. They're putting a Band-Aid on it, trying to hold it together. Wall Street's going to fall apart. All right? I mean, they're trying to alter people's thought. Okay? They want you to not care about your country. These evil demons that are running our country want us not to care about our country. Just let everybody in. Don't worry. 20 million, 30 million, 100 million. We can support the world. Don't worry about it. If there's crime here, people shitting on the streets, don't worry about it. We don't care about our country anymore. This is what they want. All right? They want you to hate nature. They want you to hate people. And the most thing that they can't stand, that they hate, these demonic, satanic, evil cult running this world, they hate the truth. They hate the truth. They love lies. That's who the demons are. Okay, they're deceivers, liars. You got to see the darkness, what's going on right now. You have to see it. If you don't see it, you're unsavable at this point because it's here, right in your face. Right in your face. And I'm going to look at some comments. I haven't looked yet. So, hey, Pops, we pay property taxes. This should not be. I may know of a possible solution. Grandma should not be paying those things. Well, in a lot of countries, I lived in the Dominican Republic, and the poor and even middle-class people did not pay property tax. If your house was worth under $160,000, which is like, if you had a house worth $150,000 in the Dominican Republic, it'd be worth $1 million in the United States. So only the rich pay property tax. Okay, we're talking about the super rich, and they didn't care. They pay probably a little bit. You know, anything under a certain amount, that would be like saying anybody who owns a house in America under $1 million doesn't pay property tax. That'd be fair. So if you got a house worth $10 million, you got money. You pay a little property tax. And we got Ona Faye. How you doing? Ona Faye, are you new? I think you're new. Never seen you down here. Thank you for coming. The USA government issued a mandate for all military personnel to take the jab and boosters. If they refused, they were dishonorably discharged. Yep, we all know that. I think, though, now, I'm not sure, but I know, like, the police departments now, some of them did that, too, in NYPD. They're now paying retro money, and they got to rehire the people back. So that's the good thing. Let's see what we got here. Chaos. It isn't funny, but it's corruption, and no one cares. Well, I think people are starting to care. And I agree. Not too many care. People are scared. They don't have a backbone anymore. They've been programmed in school. Men have been feminized in this country, the younger generation. So they're making people soft. Too many kids are smoking weed. Weed makes you laid back and not give a shit about anything. Because actually, you know, I should smoke some weed. Maybe it'll make me lay back. I won't have to be crazy. That movie sounds like preemptive programming. Yeah, it definitely is. Without a doubt. Civil War. And Christian, let's have a beer. And we got Frischta. So there's a lot of craziness going on in the Middle East now. The Middle East, one thing they don't realize is that Israel has a Samson plan. I don't know if you know what it is. I don't know if they can really pull it off. But if Israel gets real desperate in this war, they have a plan to launch all their nukes. That'll really light up the Middle East, right? So everybody got to be careful what's going on here. This is some scary stuff. These people are getting desperate. These people that are trying to control us because they're losing control. Like I said, more and more people are waking up. They're seeing it. They're going, oh, that's bullshit. How many people now believe the media? Not too many. Okay, people know the media, they're lying. Nobody trusts them. I don't trust anything that comes out of the mainstream media anymore. And even alternative media, you got to kind of pick your people because they're even starting to get into the alternative media. They're trying to take that over too. They're doing like co-op, psyops on us with that too. So we got to watch who we believe in the alternative media too. Good citizen media. You know, I mean, we're basically being offered slowly war, tyranny, and not being able to pray, pandemics, food shortages, inflation, sexual deviant acceptance, satanic acceptance. They want us to, accept everything. Slowly, they're doing it. All right. But thank God, the Almighty God, a lot of people now aren't buying it no more. And this is what's spooking the shit out of them. What's spooking them is there's so many people not buying into this narrative anymore, not into this shit. You used to tell people, hey, did you ever hear the New World Order like 3 years ago? Nobody knew what it was. They thought you were crazy when I used to tell my friends about this shit. Because I used to like keep up with stuff and read some stuff and tell them, listen, there's people that want to take over the planet, corporations and this and that. And they were like, yeah, you're crazy. They'll never do it. They'll not. Well, guess what? Even if they can't do it, they're trying. They are trying to do it. And it looks like it's a 50-50 battle. Like, I believe right now, we're at the crossroads. And the scale is about even. And it's going to tilt one way or the other. Either we're going to win or we're going to lose. So we have to wake more people up, and then we win. Because I think right now we don't got enough. But it's starting to happen. Even the liberalist people are starting to wake up going, this is crazy. Listen, I'm from New York. I grew up, everybody's equal, kind of, we that's how we would, in New York, there was a lot of different stuff, so I was like a half a liberal, but I was conservative too. But liberal now is a whole different game. It's demonized to the left. Liberals were more for like just freedom and freedom of speech and, freedom of religion and all that. And I get it, but now it's like, they're sticking up for people that worship Satan. I swear, I've been on YouTube. I was on a few shows, and they're defending Satan worshipers. Like, I told them, satanic worshipers, to me, that's not even a religion. It's evil. If you read their Bible, it's evil. There's some stuff in there, be free and do as you will. Yeah, okay, that's good if you're like a hippie and you just want to be. But after that, there's all kinds of other stuff in there, all kinds of rituals and all kinds of shit. No shit, like it's all not an intricate rollout. Yeah. But people are starting to see it going, this is bullshit. Everything is bullshit. This war is going to be bullshit. We all know it. You got to realize how, I don't know how many people we got in our military. Let me just look at the size of our military. Let me break that down for you. American military strength. I'm Googling this. I didn't look into this yet. So I want to see how many soldiers we got. Soldiers. Not even giving me anything. Population. So it's saying we got 1.3 million people in our military. But here's the problem. How many of those people are cooks? How many of those people are engineers? How many of those people are carpenters? How many of those people fix the planes? How many of those people fix the tanks? By the time it's all said and done, you're lucky if 25% of that 1.3 million is actually armed men ready to fight. Okay? And out of that 25%, maybe 5% really are good at what they do. So, 25% of 1 million, 1.2 million, maybe we got 300,000 really soldiers that are ready to go. I mean, they'll have to draft and do stuff, but that's all we got. Out of that 300,000, maybe only 30,000 of them are really good fighters. We're not that big, okay? Now, you go to other countries, these people, they just born with guns. I mean, they're born to fight. So some countries, not all, but in the Western countries like America and Europe, no. So don't think we got a 1 million-man army. And we're going to have to call up National Guard. We'll have cops going out there fighting too. Who knows? Oh, let's see. Where were we? Good citizen. Thanks for coming. No shit like it's an intro. Oh, we did this already. Okay. I think I'm up to here. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on online. I swear, I think they're watching me sometimes. I think my show is a show that they like to watch because I'll tell you what happened. Like I was talking about Ron Paul saying for 2 years, I said this on like 3, 4 of my last shows. For 2 years, Ron Paul's been going after Fauci and nothing's happening. He's not going to jail. Nothing's happening. Today, I see Ron Paul on TV in an interview saying, yeah, I tried to put Fauci in jail, but they don't want to put him in jail. So, like, are they watching my show? Like, they want to see what the average Joe is thinking? I don't know. Maybe. Because this happens too often. Like, whatever I talk about, all of a sudden I see it on the show, and I see them it happening. I'm like, who the fuck knows? Are they actually watching me, little me? Maybe. Well, that's what they want, chaos. They want you to think that this country ain't worth fighting for. Now, I don't mean it ain't worth us going to war like overseas and fighting for another country. But we should be if they're coming on my land in America, I have to fight. But I'm not going to go to another country and fight for some corporation. I agree with that part, if that's how you're trying to say it, because they really want us to give up on everything. They don't want us to care about America. Okay, I care about America. I just don't care about the politics and the politics overseas. You know, they got their own problems. We got our own problems. They should take all our soldiers at all these bases and all over the world, bring them back here and secure the border. We cannot have criminals coming into our country, and not a couple. Like, we're talking thousands of criminals. Thousands of criminals are coming here. Do you think Venezuela didn't empty their jails and send them here? They don't want to feed them. They said, let's give them to America. Let them go cause chaos in America, because they hate America, the people in charge of Venezuela. Absolutely. I talk about that on my show, Chaos. I've said that 100 times. If you see some of my shows, what you just said here, I've said that. This is ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. But this is what they want. And it's crazy, you know? So let me ask everyone, that's watching this right now, what do you got to lose? They're taking everything away from us, little by little. Freedom. They want us to eat bugs. I mean, they do all this shit to get into our brain, of course. But, like, they just want to destroy us in every way so we obey, right? So let me ask you, what do you got to lose? These guys want to be like medieval feudalism, lords in a realm, and they want us to be like these serfs that have these little mud huts or whatever. So you got nothing to lose at this point. So we should stand up and rise. That's what we got to do. We have no choice. If we want a country for our children and our grandchildren, when this is all said and done, my grandchildren could go on my YouTube channel when I'm not even alive anymore and say, hey, at least Pops gave it a fight a little bit. At least he talked about this stuff. At least, believe me, we have to. Our biggest weapon right now, is speaking the truth and spreading the word. Because the more people wake up, the harder it's going to be for them. And it's getting harder. And they're getting desperate, though. This is the problem. When you corner a rat, expect something to happen. I am still waiting to see what they're going to do. Because, are they going to war? Or are they doing an alien thing? Are they coming out with something else? Lock us down? I don't know what's going on. Something is coming. Something pretty big, because they're desperate. They're going to take another shot to try to gain control. Okay? They have to put fear and anxiety into the people, into the masses, because then people will give up their securities. They will. they'll give up everything, their freedoms and everything, just for that security. Okay, so I don't know. Anybody got an idea what's next? Because I'm thinking war. You know, I'm thinking they're gonna put us into war, and it's gonna escalate to where it's like nuclear bombs are gonna be going off. They're gonna make us believe that. Now, I don't see any country wanting to launch nukes, because once you launch a couple, it's game over. Because then everybody starts launching. You know, if New York City and California got hit with a couple of nukes from another country, you know we're sending nukes to them, and then they're going to send more back, and then somebody else is going to get involved that's with another country on our side, and somebody's going to get involved on their side. Before you know it, you got nuclear bombs going, nuclear missiles going everywhere, right? So this is what they want you to believe. You ever watched these shows, even commercials, they show it. Like there's hundreds of missiles going, and they show you the planet, and all these nukes are going off, and it's just going to wipe the whole planet out. Well, that's the fear I think they want to put into us, because that's probably the only thing that will really scare the shit out of most people. You know? Oh, thank you for coming, Chaos. Sometimes I do a live show where I'm actually on camera. Sometimes I do it like this. Tonight, I didn't feel like being on camera. I was like, I'm too tired. Because, you know, when you go on camera, you got to at least try to make yourself look a little decent. You got to shave or whatever. You don't want to look like a bum. So, but I appreciate you coming down, Chaos. You know, if you could, then everybody here, you know, if you could hit that subscribe button for me. You know, so that's basically all I had to say tonight. You know, I'm trying to keep it short and sweet. But at this point, I think God, the Almighty God, is revealing a lot of stuff to us. Because why is all this shit starting to come out? Because the Almighty God said that the truth will be revealed. So I think a lot of it is coming out. And I believe good always wins, even though there's a lot of evil, and the evil is winning. Sometimes at a certain point, I think things are starting to change now. I think the scale is tipping, and they're getting desperate. You could see the desperation. If you start paying attention to what's going on, you'll see it. It's like they're getting desperate. They're ready to start a war just to distract us, just to try to gain control back. So hopefully we kick their ass. But the one thing that we have to do, so this never happens again, is when we do, because I'm thinking positive, I think we're going to win eventually. When we gain control back, and we're talking government and everything, because the government has to be like kind of almost washed and started all over, and there has to be more representation per person in this country. You can't have 350 senators congressmen and 100 senators controlling the whole country of 350 million people. There has to be like one congressman per, let's say, 50,000 people, which would put it at a whole different number. You would have then 20 for every million. So 20 times, 350 million, you would have something like 700 congressmen, something like that. That would be a lot better, because it'd be a lot harder to corrupt 700. Or maybe we should have 7,000. I mean, just, you know, actually George Washington said he wanted one for every 30,000. Then they pushed it up to 40, then 50, and then all of a sudden they did away with it. So I'm going, okay, one for every 50. That's good. You'll have, and your congressmen don't stay in Washington, D.C., so they can't be corrupted. They got to stay local where their county is, okay? So the people can actually go see them if they got grievances. Not that they're all in D.C., they're partying in their little, non-part of the United States. I don't know if you're aware, Washington, D.C. is its own sovereignty. It's not even part of the United States, basically. It's like the Vatican. They shouldn't all be there, and 350 congressmen and 100 senators make a decision of everything for us. It's not enough representation. It's very easy to corrupt that many. But when you got 7,000 congressmen, okay, instead of 350, kind of hard to corrupt 7,000 congressmen. And they don't all have to be in Washington. They could be all over the place, and they could vote from Skype or whatever they got to do. Okay? But we need more representation. But anyway, I'm going to end this on a positive note. I think we are winning, and they're getting nervous. So, we have to be prepared for their desperation because they are desperate. But always remember one thing. The Almighty God always wins. And I want to thank everybody. Hit that subscribe and like button, and Pops out.